Testing. It looks like my microphone is now working again. Did all of the filters go away? No. Filters are still there. Good. Let's pull me down just a smidgen then, because I don't want to peek into the red too much. Everyone can hear me pretty good? I know you can't on Discord, but... Actually, I'm going to test that now on Discord as well. Test, test, test. Input device. Output device. Okay. For work reasons, I had to remove my headphones and do a bunch of different stuff with it, which changed a lot of settings. So that's part of the reason why the stream's been delayed, is I've had to clean up everything, re-update everything, get it all fixed and running. So apologies for the delay on everything, but I think we're good to go now. Hello, Holo. Hello, Katara. Hello, Lalaki. Let's switch scenes and see how I look. Do I look half decent? I still feel a tiny bit sick, so I apologize if my voice is just a smidgen nasally, but I will do my best to keep that from being a factor. Let's move me a little bit there. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Zenitopia. Have a great one. Natus, hello. Hi, hi, hello. It was there in the bar that he first met Katara and Lalaki. They were sitting next to him, minding their own business, having a drink, staring off into the void, like souls who have been through 1,000 journeys. Lalaki might have been enjoying her drink a little bit too much. Okay, we'll turn Holo's audio up a little bit. Test again, Holo. Holo. Alright, I'm sure I'll get tested throughout the stream. That's fine.
Testing 1, 2,
oh,
3.
that's
One,
probably
two,
too loud. That's probably way too loud. Let's find a middle ground. That was loud in my ears. Sneak attack hug. And this is where Katara turns around and punches punches Jake Helton and throws him to the floor. And after Jake Helton gets completely sucked to the floor, he gets knocked out. And everyone sighs as another drunk lands on the floor. Aw, hi, Mytha. Oh, too many hearts. No, I can't take it. I can't stand it. So many petals. That makes me feel so strong. Level up. Still low? Okay, let's try something different then. Wait, how is your audio low?
I'm listening to it through the
Oh, that is so loud.
Volume. So I'm comparing it relative to the output in the stream volume.
Yeah, you were like maxed on my end from a Discord perspective. So let me check properties.
Well, you can lower the incoming to you from the Discord and raise the outgoing through OBS.
But I can only raise the output to everything, because the output is what I'm hearing in my headset. See, game has your audio in it, which I can raise the game audio and everything there too, but Hearts for everyone. I love it. I love it. All the love going around. Let's try... try that. All right. Test that now, Holo. I figured out the delay. It's because they're listening to it from the stream, and so it's so loud on my head. Ow. Oh. Okay, Jake is an idiot. No, Jake is an idiot. Jake is a complete and utter buffoon. Why is this on speakers? S game. Turn all of this. Let's turn this down to there. All right. Holo, talk for a second. Yes, you are slightly stream delayed. This is so weird. I want to spend the entire stream just figuring out this. All right, talk again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's all right. You can just keep Discord muted. We'll figure it out next time.
Okay, I definitely was able to pull you down.
What can you talk about?
Talk about if you were to have a unique animal as a pet, something completely unusual, not mythical, but yeah, something very unusual to have as a pet. What would you have as a pet? So something other than like a dog or a cat.
Like the kind of things people don't usually have as pets?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, that's easy. Snake.
Well, a lot of people usually have snakes as pets. No, I guess not a lot of people. Some people have snakes as pets, but...
There's a very cool snake here, native to Georgia here, called the indigo snake. It's a very, very large snake that eats other snakes. But it's slightly endangered and it's federally protected.
Okay, I think I may have fixed the issue. We'll see. You don't sound too loud on my end, and you seem to be spiking pretty loud on the stream's end, so... Federally protected snake is good. I think some snakes that need to be protected, anything that's endangered and that helps the environment as a whole needs to be protected. So, ghost corn snake named Griffith after Berserk. I have not watched or read through the manga of Berserk, though I've heard from many people it's incredibly good. But I honestly, that's one of those few... Anything that's like culturally mainstream anime, I try to keep tabs on it just so I'm in the know about it. Even though I haven't watched Attack on Titan, I'm fairly in the know about it. But Berserk is one that I've just completely missed out on. I need to check it out for sure. So, and I assume the corn snake, they're kind of yellow and striped, but ghost corn snake, aren't they like white and like super pale yellow or whatever? They have very unique coloring, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Well, hopefully that fixed it. If it didn't, we'll work it out. So white and gray. Oh, don't even have the yellow. That's really awesome. If you want, you can feel free to post a picture of them in the Discord under pets. That'd be great. Would love to see that. Lalaki is hanging out on top of the barrels. All right, let's go ahead and start this Warring Triad. We've spent long enough fussing around with audio stuff because I was late to the stream and didn't do it pre-stream. This is why I should always pre-stream stuff for a little bit. I'm gonna cut most of that out of the actual VOD, so hopefully most people when they're watching VOD form don't get any of that. So we'll just start here. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 52 of our full playthrough of the Final Fantasy series. I'm Jake Helton and it's been an awesome blast. We're not doing MSQ today. Instead, we are picking back up where we left off before with our Warring Triad progression, because I think we barely started that, but did not finish it. And so we definitely want to stop the primals of the Warring Triad from destroying things. I am going to be playing the Warring Triad as Dragoon. I only have 2 level 60s, Dragoon and Paladin, and I don't want the responsibilities of definitely worth doing it. I'm happy to play a floor tank of Dragoon instead, and experience it from a little bit more of a distance, as long as there's enough party members for all of that. So, would you ask me? Now, wait a minute. We ran into this before. What did I miss about starting the Warring Triad? Icons, these entities were taken to crush the Elegant Empire. Rattled their cages. Right, we did all of this, but I forget what the start to the quest was. Now I'm like, wait a minute. What have I messed up here? Fires of some owl. No, that's different. I saw the quest, orchestrion roll, and I was like, ooh, I gotta get that quest, but I'll do that later. Overgrown ambition.
You might not be allowed to access it yet.
I'm not? What?
Well, I think because originally you had intended to be done with 6.1 by now, and because of like limited stream time and normal things, life and stuff happened, we aren't actually done with 6.1 yet, so the quest hasn't become available.
You have to finish 6.1. Oh,
I believe so. I'll double check.
Oh, I need 2 more quests. Okay, well let's go do 2 more MSQ quests, and then we'll look at doing it. Thank you. Lelika has been the amazing quest keeper for a lot of the stuff we're doing, especially for dungeons and everything. They, along with, I believe it's Natis, have put together an awesome Google Sheet that just collects all of the different stuff that I have to do for extra content and whatnot. So, all right, well, come along, everyone. Let's go back to doing some MSQ. And however, I do think once MSQ unlocks the Warring Triad, we'll swap over to the Warring Triad, because I really did want to do the Warring Triad tonight. So let's jump back to Paladin then, and head off to Kurthus. Oh, no, Lavava, stop! You can't pay for me. I'm paying for myself. I'll pay for it myself. Also, I saw some of your awesome glams for the Warring Triad. I know some of you are putting together outfits for that, so looking real good. Not looking good for cold weather outfits, so you might need to change for the colder outfits of Kurthus. But for Warring Triad, if you want to swap back to those outfits, you're more than welcome to. So let's go to the Forgotten Night. One-Eye Gamer, how goes it? How goes it? I meant to message you, One-Eye, about your quick live stream test that you did with God of War. During some of the crazier action scenes, things can get a little pixely, but I think every stream gets that way. Other than that, your audio sounds impeccable, my dude. Impeccable. Whatever audio settings you have, do not change them. And the overall quality of the stream from a video perspective was solid. It was like most of the time you were running around, I'd said it looked great. And then only during the craziest of wild action things got a little pixely, as they always do, unless you have like a super mega ultra, streaming rig or whatever. So otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing your playthrough. And I can't wait to finish your playthrough of the rat plague thing. All right, let's get into it. Lucia, the last time we ended, we had our good friend get stabbed in the gut, but didn't die. and gave us a wonderful anxiety that we definitely needed. It was good for the soul to sit there stressing whether or not he actually died or not. But he did not. And so I think Lucia now should take over as Queen Emperor of all of Ishgard. That seems like a good plan. So, I mean, they need a king/queen. They still haven't gotten one yet. Remember, this is also helpful because I went back and watched Holo's highlights of the Aerie quests, which is really helpful. If you haven't been to Holo's channel, go do that. Holo plus Jake. Lots of really awesome highlights stuff there. We technically still, Ishgard does not have a king. They only had the Pope that was kind of the reigning authority figure for Ishgard because the line of kings was broken, or pseudo broken. The prince who should have then technically become king left and disappeared, and nobody knows whatever happened to him. Who also, there's one other Nidhogg Eye that has disappeared as well, and so there's just so many different things that are going on that we've just like, we got questions galore. And there's still missing scions. There's still trouble in Thanalan. It's just a mess everywhere. Oh, and there's also the new God King Emperor over the Garlean Empire that we have to deal with as well. So, good stuff. Good stuff. We're not busy at all here in Eorzea whatsoever. The rat plague thing. Ah, yes. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately into who stabbed. Who stabbed him? I keep wanting to say Estinian, that's why I hesitate, but it's not Estinian, all right? I know it's not. The name is like, The other name that comes to mind is America, because that's how I was remembering to say his name, Emmerich. But I was like, it's not Estinian, it's not America. What is his name? Emmerich. Witness must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern? If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, both in the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alfino and Mistress Yeshtola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning Jake and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue strike in a pose over there be joining us? I'm a grizzled old rogue? What? No, oh, she's talking about this guy. Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, hold on. I may be experienced, but I don't know if I'm considered grizzled. But yes, let's see how Thancred's response to grizzled old rogue is. Does he take offense to that? Thancred of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. Of course, the ladies' man. Albert, name's Hilda. Scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught to value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Alright, in the chat, I need you all to give me your opinion on Thancred's outfit. Is it like an upgrade? Is it just different? Or do you think it's a downgrade from what it's previously had? Because I'm a little tossed up, and I'll give my opinion afterwards. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on, do you think his outfit is upgrade? Yashtola's is an upgrade. I'll give you that right now. Alfino's upgrade. Thancred, I want your thoughts on it. While we could begin sifting through the charred rubble and questioning random passerbyers, in my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. I thought that was Hilda. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Amenael de Fortom, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Jake. Clearly we gave that suggestion without me realizing. He'll be at their crozier, more like, making an effort to be seen. Let's go and see him. Upgrade for sure, rough, rugged, dashing. Grizzled I will accept, but old? See, I knew he was gonna make a comment about it. I knew it. I knew it. Keep the outfit, leave the hair and eye patch. The eye patch, I don't like it. The eye patch definitely makes him feel more of a war veteran than the dashing Thancred that we know and love. So I think I'm in pretty agreement with most of you about the eye patch is definitely... It needs to be more stylish. Right now it's just like a cloth that's wrapped over his face. I'm like, I don't know. He's 35 years young. Well, fortunately, I'm younger than that, so I feel okay for the next handful of years, where then I will, too, become grizzled and old. Maybe I'll have to start wearing an eye patch. Once I have to pull out the glasses, that's when it's all in for me. You might as well buy me a coffin at that point. Any more comments? Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does. And Lord Eminane, I sense we have a living proof. Is more than does. Talk to the daft sod. Alright. I want to take a look. This isn't the Count's son, is it? It is! Because we've got Honoroy here, the handmaid. Master Kelton, I fear Lord Eminane has once more strayed from the path. As has so often been the case, his renewed enthusiasm for martial training gave way to frustration and disinterest at the first sign of difficulty. Oh no. Come on now. Cheer up. Well, well, if it isn't Jake, dearest of all my friends. Yeah, this is the, I believe, younger son of the Count. You're looking rather glum. What's the matter, old boy? Do you want to duel it out? Since you're trying to get into the martial prowess. Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. And awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have old Pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, and in case you're wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who've lost their homes. Sir Emeric's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you're thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to Hoplon. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. This, of course, at least he's very clear about what he's interested in. Wait a moment. I know what this is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old boy. I'll have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. Hilda. I'm betting it's Hilda. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well. If it will help prove the purity of my intentions, I shall graciously rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. It didn't really help. Yeah, that was not entirely what I was hoping for. Any idea... Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. I think he was blaming us for that. Because we were the ones who gave his name out there. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in Hoplon, Jake, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? Already pulling the ladies. You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Yeah, I doubt that very much, but she doesn't know him, so... That's understandable. You were not very helpful at all. Not helpful whatsoever. Alright. In the center, Hoplon, which we did not run into them, but I think that's because we kind of skipped. We skipped right to that area. I think we're headed in the right direction. We go this way. Follow Lavava. How's the baby, Jake? Reed is doing much, much better. He had a cold, and that was very tough to deal with. But he has gotten over his cold and is doing much better now. You can hear that I've got the tail end of the cold that he gave me that I'm almost about to get rid of, so. Ooh, movie time. Hello, old man.
Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica.
Alone's blessing upon you, father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emeric and the Dravanians.
Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray.
Do you require succor as well, sir? I think we'll be okay, but appreciate the offer. Do you have any idea who it is that started the fires?
So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to do with these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Well, he was short and succinct about it. But maybe the, patrons? I wondered if the two of them had something to say. Because they had to deal with it as well. They could have seen someone who lit a fire. It's all gone. Everything's gone. That's the thing with fire. It will consume and destroy everything. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere. It was so hot, I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Wait, is she the one who was in, Broom that was talking about her arm having, issues? I feel like there was somebody in Broom that had issues with their arm.
Yeah, good memory.
I'm gonna check that. Go ahead.
When we first met her, she was like, oh, I can't feel my arm. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yes, yes. And I was like, I don't think that's a good sign, you know. But I wonder if she must then, for at least this period, be gone from Broom. I want to check that. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I don't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Aww. You can get a hug too. You already go through so much. Now you need a hug as well. Oh, Mytha's doing the roleplay walk. I'm not trying to mount. There we go. Ah, yes. Roleplay walk. Roleplay walk. Ah, look impressive. Okay, let's come down here. We need to rendezvous with Thancred. We'll do that in a minute. In the Broom. No Minecraft video tomorrow when there will be an announcement on the Discord when I am able to or not Discord, but on YouTube when I'm able to get one up. But there's definitely some changes that are happening, so this is just Leave Me, Sister. I remember that one too. I thought that was maybe her.
I'm pretty sure she was standing right here.
She was over here? Got it. I love that small callback. Only if you like were really paying attention would you get that. Oh, but look, it's Yashola and Tataru. They're probably gonna chide me for being here. They're gonna be like, wait, aren't you supposed to be doing your own investigation? Wooden dwellings built end to end, one atop each other, each home a family. How many were abed when the fires were set? You didn't expect me to stand idly by when there was work to be done, did you? No, not you, Tataru. You work really hard for anything and everything. I know that, I saw him out of the corner of my eye. Alfino is up here. Are they still throwing snowballs at us? That's actually a good question. They look like they're about to. No, they're not! They stopped throwing snowballs at us. Now that I think they're cheering. I think he's actually like half cheering, like, yeah! I wonder if that's because we kind of helped stop the dragons from attacking, that they had that kind of change of action. At the very least, they stopped throwing snowballs at us, which is crazy. Again, another thing that I was like, I wonder if... Small details. Prior to the fire, did you perchance recall anyone unfamiliar loitering in the vicinity? Aww. We can find him a blanket! Oh, poor guy. We'll have to tell, Hilda to get a blanket for him. Actually, we can use the Aethernet. Use that. Hilda! We need a blanket. Stat. We need a lot of blankets. Stat. Ooh, incense burner. We could just take that down there. It's even got tea on it. Oh, that's a pretty steep drop. I think we can survive it. Oh, of course we can. We're the hero that drops very far. Did it so many times. Finished then. That was a really loud crash. Lalaki just chilling out, looking cool. Like a villain. There you are. Anything to share? Sorry I was a little bit late. I had to go check on the people in the broom. I just came right back. That crash. You will require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we're able to identify the culprits. While you're finishing the refugee... finishing. I was not finishing them off. While you're... Oh, we're just putting them out of their misery. Don't worry, guys.
Flawless questioning.
You're gonna go to sleep. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including the one near Saint Raymond's Cathedral, and another near the Tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage, otherwise the game developers would have to recreate a whole entire structure for this one scene. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Ishgard orthodoxy. Interesting. Failed so miserably on 2 occasions. Almost like it was suspiciously meant to fail. Almost like when it was something of the bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy, it just so happened to not burn that well. Definitely coincidence. Definitely coincidence. Dragons are becoming friends, so no more reason to be hostile to the aura. Aww. I love that noise. It's like someone launching an old school metal trash can off the roof. Bill, and the thing is that there isn't a, like, clatter, it's a crunch. It's just a, you know, like the impact is just so solid.
It's the end way of the ninja, like, collapse when you fall too far.
All of your bones just become, you know, jelly. Instead of the explosion when you hit a mine. By the way, if any of you haven't played Endway of the Ninja, it was the best Flash game ever during our childhood, so it was great. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alfino will doubtless have an opinion. Well, we just talked with Alfino, but he was still investigating people, so... Come back!
When does he not?
Have an opinion on literally everything? Yeah, I don't think that exists. Alright. We are headed in this general direction. Back to the broom where we just were. Is it time for some more broken legs? Crunch. I need some good old voice acting with some crunching in the background. Silence will avail you not, sir. Oh, they apprehended someone. Ah, Jake, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. Well, that's pretty good. He doesn't look like the guy that was shivering. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not. So, we insisted. I'm sure a little rapping with the staff helped. Let me go, you've got the wrong man. Time to let the knife do the talking. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose, but tell me, does arson repay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Certainly seem fairly convincing. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. Yeah, because you would never expect someone of such high status to go about lighting the fires themselves? Are you kidding me? No. Better find some poor sod who needs a little bit of extra money to go do your dirty work.
In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. Now he's just making it up. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. And you let it slip. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind. I tried to with all my heart. Said my prayers every day, like a good man. But he came to me. He came to me! And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. We'll, ask you kindly not to. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world is as flexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at least confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Now the question is, who of highborn status would want to cause such chaos and terribleness? About that, the eye patch. Thank the 12 you returned to us. What happened to your old outfit? Oh, no, let's not talk about the eye patch. He's talking about his outfit. I think it's forever lost into Slipstream or buried under the rubble. I'm fascinated they didn't find it because, again, they were supposedly in their birthday suits when they entered the live stream, which is how they came out with just the birthday suits. But that means that their clothes would have been left behind, but we didn't get any commentary about when we searched through the rubble we found clothes, so maybe it was destroyed beyond recognition, but I find that suspicious. Suspicious.
Well, they did mention that, I mean, they showed that they found Ishtola's wand.
The wand, but none of the clothes. So, but I guess the wand is basically kind of like gear. Actually, when you think about it, your entire outfit in this game is completely based upon which weapon it is that you're holding, because you can't not have at least some weapon gear, so it really does kind of represent your whole outfit. Does that mean that your whole outfit is based upon how glowy your one weapon is? I always knew the glam was the end game. Give me 1 second. That was not what I intended to do. There we go. All fixed. Wait till you upgrade from glowy weapon to glowy armor? Wait, you can get glowy armor? I've seen the ones with the big fiery circle on the back. It's beautiful. Beautiful. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he will soon tell us what he knows, one way or another. One less finger or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artriel. It's like Artriel. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emeric in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring this salve. This is the older brother. Then do not let me detain you. And thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. Such the elegant bow. I should practice that with the cross-legged thing. Ah, toi well. Ah, toi well. True love brings us together this day. My lord Artwell did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alfino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Yeah, that's very, uncomfortable to say the least. But you have to keep your chin up, which I think he's doing a very good job of during all of this. There is going to be war between the houses, of that I am certain. Oh, where did our little... Oh, we didn't pick one of the... I thought it was you got the chests for free and then you could pick the gold, but oh well. I guess we don't get the fancy chests. They were excess gear anyway. See, like, what are this? Complete set of primal accessories of aiming, healing, casting. What? Yeah, we absolutely should have taken one of these. No, what have we done? And we get a knight shield? What? We can't look at that too much. We'll take like healing or something. I really want to get healing up to 60. Toriel. Last quest for 3.1.
Diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
All right, hear me out. This was all Ser Emeric's doing. He set the fires and asked the guy to stab him so that he would look like a martyr on how rough he had it and all the things that he had to deal with, so that then when he put out the fires and recovered from the stab wound, people will be like, whoa, he's amazing. He survived the stab wound and dealing with this assassination and putting out the fires. Wow, this guy is really amazing and good for Ishgard. And then everyone will put him as the king, right? That it's all a big double play by Ser Emeric, because that's the least person you'd expect it to be, for sure, for sure. Pidge, the sleep schedule is doing so much better the last 2 days. So much better the last 2 days. Emeric! He seems to be doing much better.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
See, it's a double blind play this whole time. He's playing everyone. Oh.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
Wow, clearly they're acting very quickly.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
What a leader. You hear it in his voice.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond.
I wonder if the refugees, they were hidden inside the refugees.
They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
Nope.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Right, so the church set the fires, which we already were suspicious of, which then they could then open their doors to say, oh, let all the refugees in. Only so they could then take all of those refugees hostage, which then puts the pressure on Ser Emeric to surrender and give up power and, you know, elect a new high priest, because why not? Because they liked as priesthood being in control and having all the power.
I mean, do they honestly think that executing Ser Emeric will change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
They certainly would hope so.
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
It's time to show off those fancy weapons.
At once, Lord Commander.
She's so
Till then, I
awesome.
need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
He's gonna need a lot more healing if he's gonna do that.
Of course.
Thancred's like, yes.
We are in your debt.
Finally can use my knives against someone other than chocobos in the wild.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Oh. You got a big crew. You okay with your son going into
Your
combat?
assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms then, friends. Time is against us.
So the older son has joined the fray. The question is, will the younger son as well? Following in Harshafan's footsteps. Yeah, that's exactly it. It was like, you sure about this? Because this is, you've already lost one son. Are you okay with losing potentially another? This is rough stuff. Lalaki's glowing weapon. You look like a sentry. I like that your spear is as a wand for our. Look at that little thing. It's awesome. Sorry, I don't mean to insult it. Let's go. There's no time to waste. We must rescue the hostages. What am I doing? Standing around talking, admiring glowing weapons. What some hero I am. Let's go! Charge! Actually, 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was curious if the pedestrians would make commentary about the fact that some people had been kidnapped, but I don't think so. Most of the details are spot on, though. It's really great. I want to hear what his thoughts are. Do not concern yourself with my safety, lest you forget I too am a knight. Yeah, but that's exactly what your brother said. And now I am worried. We can't do this. We can't do this. Just like old times, eh? Let's do it. Listen well. We will enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith are unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thordan the 7th. Might the same be true of the rest? Whoa. If they did serve under Thordan, they might be able to primalize themselves, so. Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it highly likely yes. That means they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artwanel, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? Is that, given that extra option? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sarah Merrick. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break! No! It's all happening again! Alone as I witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Alright, so we're gonna have to do everything we can to protect him. That's our goal now. It's not to defeat the fanatics, it's to make sure that Archwanel survives. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me! And how is he gonna go in by himself? Not by himself, but wounded. I'm sorry, I have to leave the company. I will be back out here. Because I can't go in with all of you, though I know you will be with me in spirit. Alright. Let's do this. Rescue the hostages! Oh, we have the full group. This is 5 of them. Saving the hostages takes precedence over all else. Mind your attacks and subdue the enemy quickly. Men, lay down your arms or die by the sword. That is awesome. Oh, we gotta turn on Iron Will. Come on, focus on me. Get off of the hostages. No, you do not. Yes, that. No, they did not hit him. Okay, cool. I think they hit the hostage once, but the hostage seems alive. Okay. Nice. Are you injured? Undid the fetters. That was a whole like skill too. That's brilliant. Others were taken elsewhere by Sir Simeon. So indeed, the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guard. They've sounded the alarm. I'm sorry, alarm. I will hold the entrance and look after this one. Now go. Oh, we got people over here. I was looking to go forward the other direction. We do have True Grit on. Okay, so Y'shtola's holding the entrance so that the ragged person can escape. Secure the hostages, leave the others to us. Okay, good.
Down with you!
No, you do not. Thank you, Thancred, for the assist. There we go. We gotta make sure that nobody else runs over there. Cherry. Cool. Off with the feathers. Is it over? It is. They took the others somewhere. It happened so quickly. Now remember, we've been in here before when we were fighting the Archbishop. So we get to reroute through everything. Are they fighting people over there? They are. Oh. We're, getting hit from all sides. All right. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Oh, we can't even see any of their health bars. Okay. Well, I hope you all are all right. We're gonna keep pressing on forward. Sorry.
You underestimate me.
That was kind of weird that they wouldn't allow us to kind of go backwards and help out. But I guess they really want the others distracted while we progress forward, so that's okay. All right, we gotta protect Americ the Blue. I wonder if we can connect to him. Aw, invalid target. No, I wanted to give him cover. Oh wait, we have Sentinel. No, it's Sentinel. That's not what I'm looking for. We do have that healing one. Starts with the S. Oh, we all look so good. Look at us knights. This is amazing. Lay down your arms, release the hostages, and you will have mercy. I give you my word. Aw. The word of a heretic and kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We'll show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. I didn't get the screenshot because the text was there. Yeah, we've dealt with these knights before. Come on, knights, it's time to play. Unlike you, Sarah Americ, I'm a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial, then? Lord his name is always tripping me up. Archibald. Jake, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sarah Simeonard. He's got a fancy sword too. Please, Sarai Merrick, do not die. Please be safe. Oh, I don't like leaving him. I don't like leaving him. But we will do as we are told. Okay, if we don't move quickly, he will fall. So we have to deal with these monsters as quickly and succinctly as possible. Oh, they threw a fireball! I was trying to figure out who was doing the big AoE. Should have suspected a thaumaturg. Okay, so the sooner that we clean up these guys and rescue the hostages, the sooner we can go help Sarai Merrick. I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. It was right between them. The bonds. The bonds. It is over. Flee! Oh, okay. I guess we're going. We're going. Question is, where are we going next? Can we go back up there? Oh, we only beat one of the horse guys. Where's the other horse guy? I wonder if he's up the stairs. I don't see anything, but oh, in here. Okay. Okay, we called it. We called it. Oh no! What? Oh my gosh! We failed the whole thing on the other side. Wow. Wow. All right. That was very bad of me. No, we'll do it normal. It would have been fine. I just completely got lost. I could not figure out where the other one was, but I should have suspected that it was just on the opposite side. I'm sorry, everyone. We'll speed run it this time. Failed it the first time because I got lost too. I think they purposefully make it super complicated. All right, it took care of him. Okay. I can't believe that I let one of the refugees die. The worst night ever. Okay, so the red, I got also confused by that. I was like, oh, blue means continue on, but no, it's red. You can't continue on. But now we know where we're going to next. It makes it a little bit easier. I will have to keep clemency in mind to protect the... Oh, wait, there's one more. One more. I wonder if we can heal the refugees with clemency. That'd be cool. Rest some extra time by healing vulnerable. Yeah!
Down with you!
That's the other thing, was this gate is closed. And, they also ignore me completely, which I don't like. Well, I guess this time I don't have Iron Will on, but even when I have it on, it doesn't seem to matter. I'm turning the game audio down just a little bit because it's pretty loud in my ears. Hopefully, you all can still hear what's happening. You can actually see the refugee back there in the corner. Oh my goodness. How did I miss that? Right back there. If only I was paying attention to all the clues, I would have known. Bit lower was good for balance? Okay, yeah. Oh, Thaumaturg. Don't you dare!
You underestimate me.
If it wasn't in that corner where we found him, hello knights, I see that's where they are. That's another clue that it's down here through those doors. But the next thing I was gonna try was to go up the stairs, but that seemed a little bit confusing. Oh wait, I can get this screenshot that I wanted, even though there's text on it. That's fine. Skip cutscene. To the choir. Oh, that's where we just were. Let's go, let's go! Oh my gosh. Thaumaturg, please stop that. I think we're actually slower than last time that I did this. Okay. Cut the binds, and then we're running. Alright, run, 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 run. The others must be nearby. Yeah, even he was confused too. Wait, don't tell me those doors are closed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How do we get there faster? Yeah, it doesn't even show it on the map. Are you kidding me? They really want to make you look. Oh, I can try. Oh, he's already focused on me. That's fine. All right, you, Clemency, heal them. And then decrease everyone's damage. And then provoke. Get off of them. Okay. Thaumaturg, do not touch them. Oh, now he's gonna hit the other guy. The other refugee. Oh my goodness. Woo! Barely. Barely made it. I bet as a healer, though, you'd be much easier to be able to get that. We did it. We rescued those three, but is that enough? Yeah, America needs our help. We gotta go. Refugees, you run. That was a good thought, Michael, with the provoke. I don't know that it worked, but that didn't really matter. All right, speed. Give us speed. Oh, you gotta target them? Oh, so I didn't even heal them. I didn't even heal them. Great. What a waste. I healed myself. Very valuable healing. All right, let's get rid of the pedestrians first.
This knight does not yield.
Merrick is so low on health. Let's see if I can provoke him. I doubt it, but it was... Oh, I didn't even provoke the right guy. Okay, phew. Things are getting a little bit hairy. Hairier than I certainly like, that's sure. Out of map bounds makes me so lost my first time doing this quest, right?
I think they need to update it just to give you that area to say, hey, it could be over here. So you know that's an area that you can go. That's all I'm asking for. It took mail. Uh-oh. Oh, is that like his mom? He said child. It didn't look initially like a kid, but as I zoomed in, I was kind of like, that kind of does look like a kid.
Where is he? Where is he?
I kind of really like that we're all knights with our swords and shields and stuff. Emeric, you're so hurt, and you were fighting battles too? Calm down. Don't go out alone. No! Is that the sister whose arm was hurt? Oh, you monster.
No closer.
You monster! Okay, we need to summon a dragon to grab her when she falls.
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Because what are the options? We let you walk away with her? I don't think so.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
See, this is the most dangerous of people that are like, if I fall, you're falling with me. That type of person. Because then, even if it's an innocent child, if I go down, I'm taking the child with me. That type of mentality is the most dangerous.
To spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen. Your father's blood is on your hands.
Actually mine, but that's okay.
As is hers.
Why? Why? What? What is that face? No! Someone catch her! Yeah, this guy don't need a trial. No! No! Wait, Yashola! Can you do something? Please tell me you can cast some magic or something! Great Vilgar! No, no, it's Vidifnir! Okay, either one I was gonna be happy with. Vidifnir said she was gonna come visit. Oh, the fortuitous timing.
Vidifnir!
I actually thought for a solid second they were gonna kill her. I was like, there's no way this game is actually gonna kill a child. And then I was like, there's no way! Oh my goodness. That's the second time in 2 streams that I've had basically a heart attack, and I don't know that I like it. Thank you, Vidifnir. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, she's so cute. Oh. But her arm seems to be doing much better now.
Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
More like a perfect moment.
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Aww. That's
Thank
like
you for saving me.
the very, very highest way that you could have repaired damage between the dragons and Ishgardians is by saving a child. Like that puts you quite heavily in debt of them. It gives you a really good look. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Oh, I'm gonna throw this out here too, unless the game distracts me.
I'm a big fan of the dragons speaking more telepathically than using their mouths. I've always thought it very strange when movies or shows have dragons or just creatures that have completely non-human mouths trying to form human speech. And like, they don't have lips, they don't have tongues, they don't have teeth that works that way. It should not, would not work. And so instead they like, you know, we're gonna skip that entirely and just use telepathy.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee.
Here I am. And then she turns and looks at Alfino, and I'm like, oh, that's not me.
A message from my sire.
Oh. Hopefully a good message.
From Tracefelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing.
Skies unknown? So they've left to go somewhere else.
This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
Where did they go?
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such
No.
matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt.
Okay.
Fare you well, mortals.
That's such a short visit, but good to have you here for a minute. That's got to be the first time in 1,000 years that a dragon's shadow has passed over Ishgard
As they say then.
without
Great
people
white dragon
shooting
swooped
arrows.
down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
The rumors spread
A
fast.
most
Jeez.
Unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers?
It's very true. Because even if dragons and man were able to connect, that doesn't mean that people will forgive Sir Merrick and, you know, continue the frustration with him. Michael, I'm not sure I follow what you mean by sad they didn't make more. I don't know that it's spoilery for you to expand on that, but I'm not sure I follow that.
After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause.
Especially because people do not like
Share
change.
your desire for a lasting peace with the Giovannians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own.
Facts. Oh, more Aragon movies? They only made one, right?
I see.
I think I've read the first 3
much
books.
fallen you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Aww. He just wants his son to be safe.
Lord Edmund.
That's all the comment that he needed to make. Aww, he's such a good dad. A struggling dad, but a good dad. Wait, did that make the older brother jealous? I hope not. It was an interesting look that he gave.
Did you miss the implication there?
That maybe I did. I don't know. Clearly he was saying that he sees Emmerich as a paternal son, if you will, paternal, but just like as an adopted son figure, and that
when he said that he sees Harshafon in him, that it was I have the same love and care and protection for you as I did with Harshafon. Is there more that I missed than beyond just that?
Oh no, that's it. You got it.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was then curious on if the older son who walked past Archwanwell, if the face that he made was either a, like, I have another brother in spirit, and it's nice to have someone back, or if it was a, you've done disservice to Harshafon by referring to Emmerich as similar to Harshafon, or a, wow, you put a lot of praise on him, but I wish you would put that praise on me, and that makes me jealous, kind of a face. It was very, I wasn't sure that I followed the face from Archwanwell, but...
No, it's the implication that, like, Archwanwell was willing to, like, put his life on the line for Aymeric. He already was that committed to him, and Aymeric looked to the Count for acknowledgement, like, is this acceptable? Like, because Aymeric had the opportunity to turn it down and say, no, you can't come with me.
Right.
You know? And so here it was the Count bringing that full circle and acknowledging, it's like, here's somebody who had lost a son recently, speaking to someone who had lost a father recently, and being like, I see you, right? Like,
I think that
we care for you.
The deeper connection is that Emmerich has lost his father, even though you do see his father as having been evil and caused a lot of problems for Ishgard. At the same time, he still was Emmerich's father. So Emmerich did lose a father, and so there is like a lost son, lost father, deeper connection. Yeah, so there was something that I missed there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and the Count, like, probably carries with him a lot of regret that he gave the cold shoulder to Harshafon for so long, in terms of, like, showing public affection that Harshafon was his son. You know, he only literally says "my son" like after he finds out that Harshafon's dead. Like, that's the first time he actually acknowledges it to people around him.
What did he refer to him as before then? Just Harshafon?
Yeah.
Got it. I don't know that I noticed that, but...
And I think he doesn't want to make the same mistake that he did with Harshafon. He wants to acknowledge that he cares about Aymeric, before something bad happens to Aymeric.
Right up front. I'm going to tell you earlier than later. Because later might be too late. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? It is but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. I was like, wow, she's gone already, okay. Well timed scarcely does it justice, but one moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians, who yet harbored doubts, will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sarah Merrick's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at the Fortalm Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. Sounds like we should all go to the manor for a brief visit before making our way to the Rising Stones. A moment, Jake. I wish a word. Yes, Y'shtola? Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? He seems changed in the same way that Y'shtola is changed, where clearly his experience between the life stream and escaping the life stream has had serious and lasting effects and consequences on him. He is not as jovial as he once was, but other than that, he seems overall well in terms of healthy, but missing a lack of the eye. He held his own in the vault, got well enough with Hilda. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but I don't know. I kind of want to go with this one just because it is kind of that he seems changed, but overall healthy. So I'm gonna do the last one. You sense it too, a subtle change, imperceptible to most. I myself did not notice it at first, but on closer examination, I saw that his etheric flow has been irreparably disrupted. Wait, what? So his life longevity has been affected too? As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. Wow.
I don't think that we noticed that when he was fighting. But again, I don't think he used magics too often before. So I don't know how much we would have noticed it. Like, clearly there's, you know, passive spells and stuff, but it would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely upon traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. When he learned that the nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, that may have well seemed more sensible to wait. But this is little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. So I wonder if he can't even use the Aether crystals to travel. Which that makes me curious, how did he get here? Unless he traveled by Sid's ship. Or foot, but I don't know that everyone else would have traveled by foot here. Interesting. Right then, I should be on my way. Prowl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Back to Master Matoya she goes. Well, okay then. So she's blind and Thancred is unable to teleport. What a day. What a day. The Ranger boost. Thank you, thank you. I like that I was running past all of you. Because you were doing the RP walk. It's a little brighter in here, or is that just me? Oh, I can't play cards with the manservant anymore. Missed my opportunity. Alfino is retelling the story.
I should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Don't we have a flying chocobo? Couldn't we have, like, summoned our chocobo and flown down there and grabbed her ourselves? I'm just saying. Sometimes our character is clearly in shock over the situation and doesn't think very clearly. That's all. No chocobos allowed within the city limits.
Shield, my lord?
Sure. Wait, what? You're giving that to me?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue.
Aww. It's exactly like Harshafon's shield.
But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house.
Interesting. So he will take over as the head.
Sir Emmerich was
Is he
not
just
the only one
retiring?
to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Interesting. The stuff you do for politics.
Surely there must be another way to convince houses Durandare and Zamail.
It would be really cool if we were actually wearing the shield on our back after we took it, even if it was just visually for this moment.
So I said to him, alas, he will not budge.
This is the second time that some type of leadership has been interested in stepping down. Nanamo.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread.
It's a lot of responsibilities.
Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
Because you're asking these questions.
And only you get to determine what type of legacy you leave behind, so. A knight lives to serve. Oh, I think it's too good. Because it is about serving the people. And how you choose to serve is what leaves that mark on those that you're serving for. It's that servant's heart. I think that's perfect. That is really beautiful.
You sound just like him. Aye, I suspect that is what Horschiffon would have said. To aid those in need.
Mm-hmm. You have the power and the ability to protect and to help.
When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way.
I'll do my best. A knight lives to serve. Remember that. I actually thought it really cool. Short side story. I worked at the Renaissance Festival for a year, many years ago. And there was a guy there who was a modern day fellow, but he actually liked to see himself as a knight in the sense of serving people. But he had written himself his own like knight's creed, and it was deeply impactful. I don't have it memorized. He had it fully memorized and everything. It had like 6 large stanzas that were all about the different ways that he served and protected from a modern day perspective. Or that's what he wanted to do, was an honor code that he had written for himself. And I had him message it to me so I could save. I'm sure it's saved somewhere on my computer, but I thought that was like really, really cool that he was like, I love the idea as a knight having a code of honor. So much so I'm writing my own code of honor so that I can memorize it to live it out every day. It was really awesome.
Brother to Horschiffon. Will you be a brother to me as well?
Yo, I don't deserve you. You don't deserve me. You're so much better. Of course we'll be your brother. Brother of shields.
Come, Manalaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
I'm so glad that we did Paladin for this section. I don't know how, but we have just randomly rolled our jobs in all of like the best positions for the different story elements, so he's clearly unhappy. Aww. Honorroy.
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
We gotta go find out what his deal is. Let him know that we see him as a brother too.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born
Hopefully
of
good ways.
And evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
So that was his, like, all of his narration pieces throughout all of 3.0 and 3.1. That's really nice. As goes light, so goes darkness. Well, that's a little bit foreboding. Goodness gracious. All right, healing. That's the healing. This is the aiming. I'm going to take the aiming because I really want to do Machinist for a little bit of post 3.3, I guess, content. I'm very close to getting Machinist to 60. Not quite there yet, but... Oh, Urianger. What are you up to? This is thy proof. The Garun Oracles. Apocrypha. Garun Oracles. First time we've heard of those. It is a truth long forgotten. A tale of the beginning and of the path we have been set upon. Ascians, of course it is. Oh, and the Warrior of Darkness. Elidibus. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception. Nor the Triad. You know what must be done. We're about to go beat the Triad's butt. What was cool is that clearly Urianger is not just like immediately, hey, we're friends. They were like, hey, this is what's actually going on. And Urianger is like, I don't believe you. Show me the proof. And they're like, okay, we'll read this book. And he's like, wait, this is the proof that you found? It shows that there's that kind of back and forth of conversation. But, you know, he's not just immediately not talking to them all and also not immediately straight believing everything that they say, which makes it very realistic. But what must be done? I'm scared to know. Does the Warrior of Light, must he fall? No. I know whose boots those are. That's Alice. Oh my gosh, I've not seen her in so long. I think that's Alfino's sister. Alizael as Alicia. Alicia, right? Azael?
No, you had it right before. You had it right before.
It's just Alizael or Azael?
A. Alize.
Alize. Oh, I was like 98% there. Alize. Yeah, as soon as I saw the boots, I was like, oh, I know exactly who that is. But I don't think that she was supposed to be. I think she snuck in there. Because again, I know that the last time that we saw her, she was off sneaking around through other crypts and trying to make sure that more of the Bahamut destruction, those pieces of Bahamut that fell down were covered up and people didn't get involved with those. And she was off doing her own adventuring. But I don't think she's working with the Asians. And I also don't think she was supposed to be there, but she clearly knows a lot more now that I think she's going to make us aware of, but at least I can't say names, all right? I can't say names. So Alize? Alize? I need to see the spelling of it again. Hang on.
No, see, that's what's going to throw you off. Don't think about the spelling.
Alicia and Alfonso. Perfect. Thank you, Natas. That's what I needed. I love Alfonso. He's a great, great character. Papalimo. Well. Everyone has their orders. Wait, so this is Papalimo and Yida. Whoa, brain just got back into reality. Snapped back to reality. This is Papalimo and Yida. They are hanging out with, it's looking like Alamingo people. They're in Alamingo attire, at least. Or at least the refugees attire, maybe. Everyone has their orders. This looks like the caves. Well, maybe not. Those guys don't look Alamingo too much. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. Is this like an underground anti-Garlean Empire force? I fear it will be bloody. Where's his staff? By Ralgar, it better be. She doesn't have her gauntlets? We cannot stay here forever, Yida. We have other responsibilities. You know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one. Is she Alamico as well? Interesting. Interesting. I think we're going to learn a little bit more about the Alamigo and Resistance very soon. That would be my prediction if I was to have one. I assume that's the end of 3.1? Or it is, do I have to finish talking to Tataru to end it?
Nope, that's the end.
That's the end. Yeah, because they did all the cutscenes. Is how usually how you can tell that it's the end.
Yep,
yeah!
each patch with the extra cutscenes.
We did it! Alright, equip the shield. Use this. Use this. Gotta show off all of our fancy gear now. Whoa. Fancy rings. All sorts of stuff. I don't know that we'll actually be able to equip any of that. Oh, we equipped it even though it's the wrong thing. So we can reset. It's gonna... Oh, no, actually, that's better gear than what we previously had. Fancy. Even though it's ring is of aiming.
I want to use that. But I want to put the shield back on. Or I could just glam the shield. Why not that? That's not what I want. Thank you for all of the cheering. What am I doing? There we go. Alright, so we can glam the kite shield. Perfect. We can unglam it at a later time. But I think it proper, now that we have been adopted into the Fortom family, we can add the shield to our attire. I think it works out well. Katara, you're looking good. Lalaki, you're looking good as well. All of you with your beautiful shields. And Bitha, that is just a great outfit for this winter area. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's only been an hour and a half. We could at least start the Warring Triad, and we'll see. We'll see how far we get. Because that's what I really want to do. I don't want to waste too much time. I want to do the Warring Triad. I wanted it for
then we must
for a long time.
To Mordona.
Mordona. Slash pose. Teleport out during the pose. Alize. See, some of the characters I haven't seen in a really long time, I have to rememorize how their names are said. I'm just terrible at it. Hopefully, by the time I get to the end of the whole game, I'll have figured it out.
Well, a big part of it is that they'll introduce more and more voiced cutscenes, and you'll hear characters refer to each other by name more often, and that will help reinforce names that are a little more confusing.
Right. Because of the terrible spelling. Katara, you have a great night. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being awesome. Really appreciate that. Hopefully you sleep super well, and we'll see you in the next stream. If anyone is watching the stream and wants to jump into the Warring Triad, now is a great time to do that. We're happy to take a bunch of people and make it a whole fun thing. Otherwise, we'll get some randoms in. Thomas, hopefully I'll stream next week, but as always with the baby schedule, it's just going to be up in the air, and you should be able to know by Wednesday if I'm streaming Thursday, because there should be an indication on the channel for premiere. Hey, the stream's going to be coming up next Thursday. Usually, I try to do it a day in advance. Sometimes I do it the morning of Thursday, but we try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. It will be mostly MSQ next week if we get through all of Warring Triad today. Hopefully. We're just playing it by ear and seeing what happens. So, we must move against the Warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it would be akin to the coming of a second calamity. You mean the 8th umbral calamity. You, Jake, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow Scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the Warring Triad. So, if the Warring Triad powers that whole floating island, would destroying the Warring Triad shut the island down and make it fall from the sky? I'm not certain. I think we'll find out, but that does make me a little bit cautious of, I don't know that we want Aziz's Law falling from the sky. I think that could also be considered a Umbral era ending situation. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I mean, they were harassing the primals too, so it works either way. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire— Who is your master? That the Triad be dispatched before the Imperial forces delve too deeply. I just need an animation of us grabbing by the shoulders and screaming into his face, Who's your master? Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Aziz's Law. We shall speak further there. Alright, well, you don't seem in a big hurry to get there, but sure, why not?
All right, you know what? We have the shield. I think we have to do at least this first one as a paladin. We'll see how terrible it goes, but we have to do at least one as paladin. Is Thancred back in here? He said that he was going to return here, but I didn't think that he had made it back yet, so there's no... Oh, yes, he is! He is right here. If I had to descend into the bowels of the 7th hell to find her, I will. Whatever it takes, Jake, whatever it takes. Descend into the bowels of the 7th hell. I'm gonna guess he's talking about Minfilia, because I think that's what Kryl is searching for. I have an idea of how we might find Minfilia, but I'm still working through the details. Tell you later. No, tell me now! Tell me now! I feel like Minfilia is going to be the next scion that we rescue, followed by Yida and Papalimo. But we seem to have pretty good handle on most of the scions so far being alive. I'm going to also double predict that when we find Minfilia, we're going to be able to find Flamine as well, because I feel like they are getting into trouble together, the two of them. So... was that glamming I just saw? I think Minfilia was adding some glamour. All right. Off to Abalithia's spine. Which I should be able to fly in now that I... Oh wait, no, this is Az's Law, so we probably can't fly there. But we... Oh, we can! Nice! Nice. We didn't have to do the quest stuff for the flying here. Very good, very good. Though we can't see nothing, because I haven't explored much of anything. Hang on, let me come this way very briefly. I think this is actually where we first got our dragon mount, Midgar Sormer, in the large flesh. Yeah, we were doing a lot of teleporting around, but we've not actually unlocked a lot of these areas. Let's fly through. Don't get stuck on the spike. Squeeze through. There we go. And nice. We'll unlock this last one and then head towards the quest. I'm trying to zoom out more so I can see. Because that center area is called the flagship. So those are just more islands. That's where the dragon is being held captive. It's so painful. This in the center is the flagship. But you can see it's kind of anchored to the islands. I wonder what's anchoring what? The islands to the flagship or the flagship to the islands? You can go so high. All right, we got to look at these statues. I think these are the three, the Triad, which we didn't even look at last time we were here. We saw the statues. We were like, oh, those look interesting. We didn't actually inspect them. So some four-armed dude, a lot of horns, and a eyeball in his chest. Was that a face? Something in his chest. Oh, he's got wings too. Nice. Good wings. Oh, you got wings too. With a pole arm axe halberd thing. You only have 2 arms though. But a nice helmet. Strong jaw. I rate you a 8 out of 10. And last but not least, a Medusa-like head. Some almost face in the helmet. That just might be fancy designs. And then she's up here. She's also got, like... Is that an eyeball in her stomach area? I can't tell.
I think some of that's just design stuff that's kind of hard to see, but I like that I think it's like a statue of a head that she's floating on top of. This huge ring thing behind her. 10 out of 10. Mostly because sometimes asymmetry can be prettier than symmetry with that one wing thing sticking off to the side. Okay, this is not the right spot that I'm supposed to go to. I gotta get to the other side. Oh, you can just run along up here. Nice. Walked on air up here? Uh-oh. That's not how it's supposed to go. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. Give me 1 second. All right. Glad you could make it all the way up here. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energy siphoned away by the Allagan devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth possesses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Silence will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. Oh, so we don't know who this uniquely talented individual is maybe yet. From I gather, the two of you are very well acquainted already. I'm gonna say maybe Y'shtola? Uniquely talented individual. And this is a new Silent that we haven't seen in a while. Let's continue inside and wait before the doors of the containment facility. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's multiple people. It is Y'shtola, but also Urianger. You have not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Jake. We just arrived. Urianger. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikote Scion, you must be Archon Y'shtola. Meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kryl of the students of Baldasion, correct? Diminutive might be a little bit insulting. Or she might laugh at it. Diminutive? Perhaps there has been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge, not my stature, you requested my assistance. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Probably. Always safest. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of the Allag as the Fiend. He was once the patron deity of a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, but was subdued by the Allagan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream, while his body energies are harnessed by Allagan technologies. Thinking maybe he's the four-armed guy, because we've seen a lot of treants and stuff that are four-armed in the woods around Gridania, so maybe, but I could be off on that. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into Aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while the restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems you have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. A most succinct assessment, Mistress Kryl. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategies quite so swiftly. She's just a genius. If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Jake and I, after all, who enter the Icon's den. Oh, she's coming with us. Okay, nice. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Jake and his gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise. And of course, my diminutive stature. Right, it's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Is it another AI robot? Are there Ensign Mericidia? As long as they don't speak slowly like the Lord of the Rings ones do. Activating verification systems. Lifting access restriction to Triad control. Simple enough. So precious. I had no idea the Baldascian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls? Mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Does he have the Echo too? Do they? I don't know if it's a he, but I think it's a he. Your concern for my sanity is touched, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am under no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Warning, verification system detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Come, Murionjay, we must keep the Imperials occupied. He's not exactly a fighter. I wonder how he would help. He does have some magic, but... We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you, Scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Allegans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Sounded like little children. Which I've also heard that is you wake little kids up and you get them in the car before their brains are truly awake. That way they're still like, but they'll do what you ask them to. I don't know from personal experience because I've not been there yet, but I'm sure that I will eventually. All right, how many people are required for these things? Just 4?
8.
8, so we're gonna need 4 more randoms. Unless we get some people coming in from the chat or whatever.
I will check and see. Nope, that's all of us that are online.
Got it. Well, let's get some randoms then. Containment Bay S1T7. Only the party leader may register. Well, go ahead. I think I was... Oh, your party leader is registered. Okay. I was about to say, I think I was just given party leader status, but...
Would you like party leader status?
No, I am great. I am very good. I'm also glad there's going to be another tank, so that way when I fail epically, they can take over and do the right job for me.
I actually think tank is one of the best things to go into new fights with, because you have so much more survivability. It's easier to learn.
Because everyone gives you all the buffs and healing and whatnot. And I think the biggest reason why tanks are nice is for the pacing. You can't be rushed if you're the one who's setting the pace, but... Whoa. Whoa. It doesn't look like I guessed correctly about the forearms.
Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
Sephiroth. Give him a long sword. 1 wing. No, this is the first guy because he's got the bat wings. So I think that he's got 2 arms in each of them. Oh my goodness, yes! Whoa, epic. Clearly I miscounted. Did someone say 4 arms? I meant to say 6 arms. What? What? Okay, alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, we can give him cover. That's good. We can also decrease his damage output. So we want to increase our own buffs, or our own protection. We do also have clemency, which is great. I don't want to stand near the tanks when they're doing their tanking thing. I'm going to stand over here. Okay. These pretty much always mean get away from everyone else. The seeds of despair. Oh, I did not see that coming. He turned around. Okay. I saw Lobava run over there. I was like, wait, what are you doing? Sorry. Okay. DPS check. Why do I not have Iron Will on? I messed that up. Good job, other tank guy. You're doing a much better job than me. I don't think I want to stand too close to the edge. Whoa, he just fell backwards. Was that only part one? Oh! Oh! Oh my! So we're all dead. Oh my. Please don't punch. Wow. Oh no, my goodness. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Ugh. We can hit him from here. Wow. Okay, so he blasts you backwards. Let's pull this guy out a little bit. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Did the other tank die? No, it was a Dragoon of all people, of course. No, not Dragoon. I think it's a Rogue. I'm still learning all the different symbols. Okay, dodge that. Dodge this. Oh, oh, go, 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 go. Nope, I didn't make it. I was so close. Floor tank. Thank you, One Eye Gamer. Have a great night, and best of luck with your streams as well. Ow. Okay, oh, should not have stood near those things. Okay. Avoid that area. Pillar stack. He's gonna punch one side. Oh, you're standing right at the edge of it. I guess you don't want to get knocked off, is probably the way that works. Standing inside those. Fascinating. Laser. Ow. Okay, so you're all standing like right at the edge of it. I guess you probably also thematically take the least amount of shrapnel damage when he does that. I want to hit him, but I also really don't want to, ow, miss when another group attack happens. Okay, this is a good time to hit him, apparently. Good music, too. Oh, did we finish him? I wasn't even paying attention to his health. Yeah. I don't think he's dead yet, though. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Insane. Insane. There were so many mechanics of that one, I literally was not even paying attention to his health at all. That was crazy. I love it. Let's give them an accommodation. Oh no, Myth has turned around. Okay, we'll have to pause it when she does that. No, we're gonna exit the G-post. We'll start it again. We'll try it again. Everyone facing this way. All right, do an emote. I'm gonna try to make sure we get it right. There we go. Nice. I like the throw initially. Ready? Oh, I was wondering, can you even see it? I think it just disappears. Don't cut Lavava's head. I love it. Sephiroth. Rotten death. Because he's a tree. Get it? Because he's a tree. I like that you can see the Allegan pieces around here, where he just blew the place up. Bioluminescent water, perhaps? Or is it radioactive water? When the bow wakes, the cradle will fall. Down goes Sephiroth. Primal and all. Where is everyone else? You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. Alex kept telling me to run, but I couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during that whole battle. Did I blink once? I can't even remember if I did or not. A hero, tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. If only I had possessed such strength. Had? What's in your past that you need to possess such strength? Questions. That is a story for another time. Ishtola, this is Kryl. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Jake gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We've encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes, understood. Let's swap tails at the Rising Stones then. Wow, that worked out really well. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also held them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done, for the present at least. Let's go home, shall we? That's like the dragons with Bahamut.
Exactly.
You have to keep somebody giving prayers. I feel like our next one's not going to be quite as easy. Ascian? Who is it that's watching? Or do we not even get to see? Ah, there he is. Garlean. Regis von Hydrus. Your senses are sharp, young one. We let you beat him just so that we could then laugh. I am Regula von Hydrus, Legantus of the 6th Legion. And it would seem that that darn woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. You think that I pursued them? I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learned. I doubt it. Your Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summoned them. That's insulting. That's dark magics coming from his one. Is he a thaumaturg? I have no interest in crossing blades, haha, it's magic. His children, live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. Wow. Both are quite happy to spar with words as you can see. Or hear. I am no child. That isn't Azael in hiding, is it? Azael. Elysia. That's not her in hiding. This has got to be a new character. I wonder. I was like,
it's Alice.
Alice. Al. Is. A. Alice. Or it's probably more like is rather than is. Alice. But I was like small, childlike, wearing a mask, cloak. But she is a summoner with her book, so I don't know that that would count necessarily for like a thaumaturg staff. Interesting. But no, I think they're different characters. I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Or a man for a shadow. She doesn't believe him. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope? An appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret. More likely the last one than anything. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gifts tell you? No, those are just wild guesses. But I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Just perception and awareness. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Unukalai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance then. A ruse to uncover my true nature. I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Well, he didn't give us anything to go off of, so... Shrug. Containment Bay 1 completed. We shall be back for Containment Bay number 2. Unable to teleport because we were already teleporting. That looked like Midgar Sormer with a different color scheme. Can you dye Midgar Sormer?
No, but there are other dragon mounts you can get.
Oh. Yeah, I did not expect that you actually could dye Midgar Sormer. It just would have been funny. Hey, Midgar Sormer, I need you to come over here so I can paint you with this color. You cool with that? Let's get out a spray can and shh. Get some flames on the side of your lungs. Instead of pimp that ride, it's pimp that dragon. Yeah, fancy new silver grill. Chrome it out. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? Pretty awesome. I mostly was just watching what everyone else was doing and trying to copy them as much as possible, but I like the 6 arms. That was really neat. You must tell me more about the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Guess everyone's coming to hang out. Welcome back, everyone. Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding this star of the warring Triad's baleful presence, and in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alleg. Know, however, that the 2 icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to their technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. That's pretty cool. There's no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, who was it who taught you of Alleg's technology's potential for calamity? Or are these your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. See, everyone's so curious about him. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask. It would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, among other things. No good. As long as our purposes align, what matters my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I am rather glad you acted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. Time for our little one-on-one chat. A companion now, am I? Yeah, you can be a companion. Our friend with your little hooked mask. Oh, we get to choose. Fate of Stars, Fiendish Likeness. Fiendish Likeness, let's do it. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it will be best put to use in your hands. Okay. It is an Alleg device of the kind used to store information, in this case, the record of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Mercidia between the icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alleg. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside of the Triad control, the node system will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who has broken free of his shackles, so we can repeat it. Nice. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth ever to absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of the warring Triad. A compelling challenger for a warrior of your ability, yes. This kind of explains why we can do the fights over and over again, when in theory, after he beat him once and he was gone and nobody's praying to him, he would never reappear again.
It's a little more than that. This is actually a stronger version of him.
Ah, the extreme version. That's not like he said.
Correct, yep.
I didn't know if it gave you the option to do the normal or the extreme, or just jumping to the extreme version. You do not possess Mistress Kryle's knowledge of the Alec technology to begin this particular battle. You need not possess Mistress Kryle's knowledge of the Elegant technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship, then follow the orb's instructions. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. Okay, so if Fiendish Likeness was to do the extreme version, versus the Fate of Stars is the next one of the Triad, which is what we actually want to do. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of the Elegant technology. While it's true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azaslaw's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before Legantus moves to... I'm getting a phone call. Oh, it's just a spam call. Get rid of those. Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow Scions. Archon Y'shtola, what news? And you're quite certain they've broken through? Of course, we shall leave immediately. But we gotta go. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. You must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control the primal entities. Y'shtola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once, and I will join you when I have informed the other Scions of this development. We gotta go! Time to leave the Rising Stones for a second time. I wonder if this time we actually have to battle through some of the Garlean forces. Because I remember when we were doing Bahamut, we actually had to fight like a bunch of the security forces before we could fight Bahamut himself, or the people leading up to Bahamut. I wonder if now this is we're going to battle through some Garlean forces before we go in, or if we just go straight in. Both are options. Teleport to the Helix. Let's go! Shrink this back down. Whack our heads. So we gotta go up. Up, up, and away! Fly! Go, Web!
This is your pilot speaking. We are beginning our ascent to 25,000 feet.
We may experience some slight Garlean turbulence, so please be prepared and have your seatbelt fastened, just in case. Once we have arrived, feel free to move about the cabin as you will. Snacks and drinks will be served shortly. We have arrived. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Y'shtola set forth for Azaslaw when it became first apparent that Legantus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. You must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Those bracelets. The arm sappers. Hi! Cute little wave. Well met, Unu Kalai. And thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Jake. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alec's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I'd be surprised if Legantus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Charlayan. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magicraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, 'tis passing strange. That it is, Urianger. It is a mystery for another day. Another mystery for another day. All the time they're popping up. Y'shtola has the right of it.
Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enables the Alligans to harness primal energies. A particular concern is the geneticist expression, an ethereochemical formula which allowed the scholars of Yorn to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legantus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legantuses. Kryle's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? He's so perplexed about they got through his ward. Urianger? What? Ah, forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. So what's the job? Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we? It's a good thing Thancred isn't here. You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldascion himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. The Warrior of Darkness! That is not good news, whatever it is. If they're afraid, I'm even more afraid.
We got to disband the party. I think this is a solo instance.
Solo instance? Yeah, it is. Level 60. No. Alright, people, I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully this time I won't fail it 90% of the way through. You got this! For those of you that are actually doing it. Flame salute. And you gave a storm salute. I love it. Let's go. All right, let's do this. Turn on our Iron Will. Oh no, Iron Will was turned on. Defaulted to being on. Cool that we get to fight with all of them, though. That's awesome. We actually get to see them battle it out. And Y'shtola will help us. These instances are becoming way better. Take you out as well. Look at this area. I feel like we have been somewhere similar before with all of the tree roots covering everything. Legantus himself is here. Oh, that was him. He was just fighting the Allagan mech. Okay. I can't hit him? Invalid target. I need no assistance. Oh! Oh, wow! Okay, so Urianger is gonna solo him. Got it. With his little carbuncle! Go, carbuncle, go! So Urianger is the summoner too. Good to know. Van Hydrus.
In the name of the Emperor!
They gonna focus on me? Get off of Y'shtola. Oh, he disappeared. Here comes more problems. Oh, we got a claw. All right. Hello, Mr. Claw. The claw. A stand guard. Oh, what? Mr. Scry, is she okay? Oh my goodness. Miss, keep Legantus for his prize. We leave you in her care. Wow, alright. Be safe, Miss Cryle. I didn't taunt them fast enough, I guess. Okay, I can't stun. No, I could not stun him out of that. But I didn't take any damage from it either. Inside the barrier. Oh, Y'shtola, that's awesome. I bet I could have beaten him. Yeah, I probably could have beaten him before he did that. That's okay. No reason to make Y'shtola feel like she wasn't needed. After the Legantus. Oh, I bet Y'shtola's gonna be like, I'll take care of these. And still they come. Yep. This is not the first time we've done through this. I will handle this. This time, please don't get lost in the live stream. Alright? Actually come back immediately. Maybe don't get crushed by rubble. Something along those lines. Oh, he's got a great sword, too. Uh-oh, we gotta stop him. I have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. We're here to stop the surgery. The patient is very dead. You do not need to, do any more digging. Even in my moment of triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Nice sword. Don't mind if we do. So are we solo now? Fascinating. We are. I wonder if he immediately launches to attack. Nope. We are healing though, interestingly. Do we have a regen? No, fascinating. I wonder why we're getting a little bit of regen all the time. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but thank you for being patient while I got a little water. Wanted to be fully hydrated for the fight. Savages. There we go. We can make one of those little turrets with our own savages. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, the problem is that they're actually not going to chase me. Oh, he's doing his little cross spiky thing again. All right, that's fine. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can stop that anytime now. There we go. We're just gonna... Hello.
There is nowhere to run.
I didn't need to run. I was just using my shield to destroy your little robots. Whoa.
Can you withstand this?
Yeah, I withstood it just fine. Thank you, though. He's so encouraging. It's really sweet of him.
In the name of the Emperor!
Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Can you withstand this?
I'm gonna just keep running around for a second. Don't mind me. I know the fire can hurt, but it doesn't hurt. Well, it didn't hurt terribly. Now it's hurting. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, do you mind coming over here where it's not on fire? Thank you. Appreciate that. My weapons inhibitors exist for a reason. Whoa! What? What? It's a jaguar! Oh, do I attack it? Oh, I can attack it. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. I don't think we're gonna beat it in time.
Enough!
Okay, we didn't take too much damage. I think the more damage, you take more damage if you hadn't beaten it. Well, maybe. I don't know. The less damage you do, the more damage it would do, I think is how that would have worked. But Jake! The Tomblyth is unbreached then. The Tomblyth. It's like a monolith, but Tomblyth. Tomblyth. Tomblyth is unbreached then. Well, he started to breach it, but we interrupted him. His Jaguar is awesome. Yeah, they're like, no. We brought friends. Kryl! She's already been hurt once. My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt. But it would be your final act. Are you so certain? Oh, here's Urianger as well. I think it's time for you to beat a hasty retreat. What madness afflicts your Orsian fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons in their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. I mean, you've seen how good the Icons have been able to handle it. Forget not the White Raven, Legantus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of the Aleg, and invited the calamity in so doing. We know about the Black Wolf, but I don't know about the White Raven. That, I think, is new.
That was Mail in Bahamut.
Ah, nice. Nice. This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man. A warmongering savage least of all. Insults don't help in situations like this. Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. Yeah, let's hold off on the insults, though he is a kid, so it's understandable. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. A potion. Oh, blinding light. He pulled out glamour! He pulled out some super leveled up relic. Way too bright. Well, well, I appear not to be dead. Ah. You appear to be injured, though. Perhaps you should get some rest. Kryl. I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine. Honest. Our foes gave us no quarter. Had Unukalai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayest be certain thy wounds would be far worse. Little man helped out. Now show us your face. Your blushing face. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of the Allag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legantus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the Tomelith. He's stomping off. Unukalai? Thank you. I'm guessing. I appreciate you staying at my side. Thank you. See? They're getting along so well. It's so precious. 'Twas not. You can't take a compliment, can you? She has a different face mask than the other Scions. Hers is only half of it. Oh, please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now, let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." What's he gonna say? You're welcome? Yeah, you are welcome. Yeah, he gave in. You gotta be careful not to push things like that too far, because otherwise you can make people feel very stubborn and you kind of encourage them to dig themselves into the hole further. But I think in this case, she's a little bit too precious that you kind of don't feel bad, acquiescing and giving in a little bit to that. You don't have to give everyone the cold shoulder or hide behind a mask. All right, well, that wasn't the, one of the Triads. That was just the Garlean Empire. Ah, Urianger, are the new wards already in place? No. My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come to thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? Aye, I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magicraft. He who invited an Imperial Legantus into the facility, in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. Oh, he figured it out! I would not have suspected that it was him. So he opened the door, hoping the Legantus would die. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events. The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the Legantus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seemed opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. Because again, remember, people were like, wow, that's pretty bloodthirsty of you, wanting him dead. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence then did the Legantus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed by an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? He was talking about you would have to have the echo to be able to take it apart that quickly. And we already know that he has the echo, or we suspect strongly that he has the echo because he has hinted at it himself. Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Jake or Mistress Kryl, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life, and much more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Allag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? I mean, we've done more reckless things in the past, so, we probably would still be on board. None, and with good cause.
Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. He also totally admitted everything right there. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the primals, and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou didst so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. I note with some disappointment in matters concerning the primals, and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is absent. So he's not that rational when it comes to the primals and the ability of people to control them. He's more focused on achieving certain results, like the Elegantis dying. Know that salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Uh-oh. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Jake. Urianger is correct in his suspicion. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Unukalai this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Kryl. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie, ere it had a chance to bloom. And speaking of, here they come. There you are, you rotten idler. When Y'shtola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind the warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Y'shtolas to match this wrath. In a supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for my indolence. Go, Urianger, you are needed. Come, Jake. It is time we return to the Rising Stones. Yeah, and next time let us know if you're going to try to do something crazy like that. I don't mind helping to defeat the Garlean Empire, but I'd rather convince them to just, you know, live happily on their own island than cause problems here. Oh, Mytha doing the Naruto run. There you go, Naruto run. I love it. All right, quick, ninjutsu clone copy. Oh,
sexy ninjutsu.
Invisible. Where did she go? I hear her, but I can't see her. Can anyone find Mytha? Oh, there she is. Nice. Look, my nose is already stuffy from a cold. I don't need it to bleed, all right? You calm down with that sexy ninjutsu stuff. I don't need a party. I'll do it on my own. Just kidding. We're comrades. But now you have to pay for your own way. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. That wasn't even the second one. We just beat the Garlean Empire a little bit.
Yep, we gotta get bumping along here.
I'm trying, alright? There's a lot of dialogue. We might have to wait on the third one until the beginning of next stream. We'll see.
It's the problem with having Urianger in cutscenes.
He talks so much. Oh, shut up, old man. Let's get to the fight. Actually, yeah, that's true, Mytha. If you're not doing the quests along with us, then you could just hang out there until we get back. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gifts of the Echo. We guessed as much off of his hints earlier, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the same self-purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing possesses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. Another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. Well, we've used Auracite before to just collect a whole lot of ether that we then fought the Ascians with. The magic was devised to use Auracite to contain the power of primals. So armed, the heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection. its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transformed at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for Aether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who would rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. How do you know so much about a whole different star and everything that happened there? And that's crazy. But does that help us unlock Arasite's potential a little bit more as well? Like, can we use Arasite to absorb a primal to then blast an Ascian? I don't know. These are some interesting thoughts. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of the star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. So this is like star hopping, because his master cares about the whole planet, and I am his instrument, sent here to ensure the same tragedy does not consume another world. Okay, so we're talking about God and a demigod. I'm not sure. Or like an archangel or something. Fascinating. Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the warring triad must be toppled. The question is which has already been answered. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with Legantis, Archon Y'shtola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, simply known as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azizla forthwith and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we got mental time travel. We got, that is no moon, empire, spaceship building, you know, moons and power generators. And now we have, beings from other worlds that have already watched their worlds get destroyed and consumed. Maybe it wasn't even their world to begin with. Maybe they're watching over multiple worlds. I have no clue. No clue.
They really should have added a second Aetherite on the flagship.
You mean you don't like taking the long flight all the way back to the top over and over again?
It reminds me of my commute to work and back and forth every day.
But
Wake up, Warrior of Light. There's more icons to slay.
Every day, get up and commute all the way to the top of Azizla. All right, this is... At least there's no traffic. I think I'd rather drive a long way than sit in a short way, but bumper-to-bumper traffic.
The Scarlean ship won't get out of the fast lane. Ah.
More like these dragons. I think the Allegan highways need improvement, all right? But nobody wants to pay the taxes required to improve the transportation systems around here. That's why they had to go the cheapskate shortcut route of only giving you one teleportation crystal. Oh, we didn't go far enough. There we go. We made it. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we wait for our colleagues here? Nah, I don't think so. We totally missed what happened behind us because I think that was some other people arriving, but I heard mechs. Could the 6th Legion have returned? Jake! Unukarai! She cracked a rib. She shouldn't be running. We're under attack. Y'shtola and Urianger have engaged the foe not far from here. Let's go help them. But we still have to also deal with that second primal.
Who is this? Whoa! The first demiurge? What? It's like a reverse character, because he's, like, the colors have been shifted. Rarely is my shield thus tested. Could seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. The Alligans? Here's another one. Wow! You think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered whilst you lay idle. Okay, so these are, like, not the Warriors of Light. I wonder if these are the beings that he talked about consuming the other world. And now they're here wanting to consume this world too. They definitely look very otherworldly, that's for sure. Demiurge. Where were they sleeping this whole time? Still your tongues, we have stalled them long enough. Uh-oh. I like your shield. Can I have it? With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Wrathful Worm King sounds like Nidhogg. What poetry is this? Why do I feel like we're not gonna beat her? Hear my words in despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. Yeah, that was not good sounding at all. We gotta go. It's well that you are here, Jake. Should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you? You couldn't even understand what they were saying? Oh, I got so many questions. Twas a Mericidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, though one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. As our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed, with the echo. So they're like from way back in the Mericidian era, and apparently the echo allows us to translate multiple languages too. It's basically a Google Translate for us. The one with the shield seemed to think that we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of a prophecy, then claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Jake? Close enough. I like that we didn't even respond. We were just like, this is too much. And might we assume this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Yeah, but she's already awoken according to them. From their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mericidian, thralls to the goddess Sophia, and victims of the Alligans' incursions. I bet that they were the ones that were kept in suspension by the Alligan to keep their prayers for goddess Sophia alive, but they were either let free by Sophia or let free by someone else, and now they're running around causing trouble. Trouble. Finished helping one streamer and I hop in and you're still going. Oh, hey, Kane Nightsworn. What were you doing helping the other streamer? That's awesome. Going, but not for too much longer. I just want to beat the second primal, if it's even gonna happen. There's been so many, like, huge mind-blowing moments that I don't even know what's going on anymore. And I don't even know if we're gonna get to fight Goddess Sophia. If, as Kryl claimeth, they thought us agents of Alec, 'tis little wonder they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment. Called it. Then we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Yeah, that look of, oh my goodness, let's go. Gods help us. The warring Triad have proven formidable enough that we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Jake and his friends won't stand a chance. We gotta go. Stop standing around. Let's be about it then. Jake, Kryl, Unukalai, The three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Oriange and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Please don't die, alright? Be very careful and just distract them. We got work to do. Have to eat now, though, because I can't have food after midnight. Oh. I mean, the only thing you should eat after midnight is like a late-night dessert snack. But that's about it. It's not good to eat and then immediately go to sleep. Mistress Kryal, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? I mean, we do, but it's basically when she awakes, with scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she and wrathful Worm King at her side, that's what concerns me. Her and Nidhogg might judge and thence bring balance unto all. She got that poem down pat. She knows exactly what she's talking about. Maybe we should switch to Dragoon for this one. What do you think?
Yes, full Dragoon party.
We don't need no stankin' tank. Verification node. Oh, that's for to open the extreme. We can unlock the extreme real quick. We're not gonna do it. We just want to unlock it. Extreme. Threat level extreme. The Empire assumes no responsibility for death or injury. Initiating combat simulation. The Empire thanks you for volunteering to participate in this study. Post-mortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent participants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Wow! Sassy little thing. You expect us to die that easily, huh? Yeah, not interested in the extreme right now, but just for that, we're gonna have to beat it the very first try without dying. I don't think that's gonna happen. All right.
Ready?
16, party of other players. Go for it. I have medical stuff in the morning. Oh, I feel that. I don't have medical stuff in the morning, but I know that a lot of people have to. My wife is actually one of the people that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a time where she can't eat at a certain point, or she can only eat just one particular thing until they do some tests in the morning, because it's like you have to fast a certain amount for something. But I hope whatever medical stuff goes really, really well, and you get great test results back, and everything is really, really good for you. I'd also have to hop DCs on my main. My crystal ult is, alas, still mid-base heavenward.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
The chains have broken free. Whoa. Cool design. She's got these little pearl things. Also, the, like, tomb that was encased around here is really neat. Oh, there's the scales. Oh, this is the head, remember? There was the giant head that she was standing on. The head is the scales. All right, let's go. The unenlightened. All right, we're on ad duty. Oh, we gotta get inside the circle. Okay, so she got yellow lightning. That's good to know. Let's see if we can grab them, give them a cover. Quasar.
Know you the full weight of death.
Okay, we're all running to the side. Oh, we barely got to see that little explosion thing. Into the center we go. Oh, so low health, thank you for healing me. Whoa! Okay, so she dashes. I don't think standing in the black stuff is hurting me. I'm watching the floors because I feel like those tiles could mean something too. All right. Oh, these are the demiurge things. Don't look at that one. I want to provoke this one. Got him.
Come forth, scales of revelation.
Whoa.
I would know the weight of your souls.
Whoa. Slide. Don't fall off. Ow, 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 ow.
The environmentals in this fight are amazing.
Can you bring equilibrium?
Okay, so she's tethered to that thing.
Back the balance.
She's very elegant.
Sin must be balanced with suffering.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. Everybody in? Doing little AoE lightning things.
Daughter, be the bearer of my wisdom.
Oh, that's the head. She called her a daughter, too. We gotta watch out for her. Where's she popping up next? I don't see her anywhere. The scales in the background. Oh, she's underneath. Teleportation magic. Okay. Laser? Or dash? The one corner. Double, triple tethers. I don't know that I like the look of that. Oh no, I'm so close! I was so close to making it. Oh, that's so sad. How was I supposed to know which one she was gonna be tethered or she was gonna go towards? I'm sure there was a way to know and I just missed it.
My revelations are
That was epic. Yeah, there was some fascinating grace about how she handled different things. So she had 2 tethers to one and 1 tether to the other. My assumption is that she always moved to whichever tether was quote unquote higher and would weigh less. So you have to pay attention to where one, I think she tethered to one side and not to the other, which meant that the 0 side she went to because it weighed less. And then she tethered to 1 and 2 and she went to the 1 because it was less than 2. Am I close with that?
Yep, pretty much.
Nice.
What she's doing when she's tethering is summoning a meteor, and that's the line you see is the tracking line for the meteor coming down to crash.
Got it.
if there's 2 meteors crashing in one, it's going to tip this table to that direction.
Right, right.
Now, when you get to the extreme version, there's meteors of different sizes.
Oh no! So you have to actually like look at the meteors themselves.
Meteor math, yes.
Oh, lovely. Or you can just that's not what I want to do. Just follow what everyone else is doing and hope that they're the ones who figured it out correctly. Wow, all of our outfits look really good in this environment.
Oh yeah, Mytha looks amazing.
Amazing, with all the gold and everything. Just beautiful.
I feel left out because each one of you have armor with wings on it.
You're prepared for Ishgard.
Your crest and yeah.
You got your Ishgard gear on, all right? That's the important part.
It's like you may be well armored, but I'm comfortable.
Comfortable. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Comfort is the real winner. All right. Take a screenshot with that. Mytha with the best glam. Well, see, the other thing is that wings are all about flight, and so it's easy for us to get, you know, knocked off because we're just so light, whereas you're a little bit more grounded and you're going to stick around a little bit more, so. I see the goddesses no more. Well done. Once Kryl and Unukalai have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have the answer to that. I think I know who did it. The little boy who likes to keep getting in trouble. Oh, maybe not. We discovered the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. It is like the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. The goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. So that one soldier caused a whole lot of problems. I do much wonder that the Icon's pawn was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That too is easily explained. During our investigation, Kryl discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check, a flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era when the people of Mercidia faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through a medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with a rebel faction within Alleg who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia. And then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect that this had always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Alleg, and we think that they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness of their confines. But the conspirators dealing with the Mercidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop and subsequently the Garleans. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy? Kryl hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed Pal speaketh of Sophia's prison from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can be none other than the great Bahamut himself, then yet a prisoner, whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Alleg to set right the scales of justice. That's so cool, and really kind of deepens the lore around Bahamut as well. A different worm. We were thinking Nidhogg, but they were thinking Bahamut. But it makes sense for the time period as well. A foolhardy plan,
Had it come to fruition, the two of them would surely have raised the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation, the Mercidians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Allag with primal fire. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. The tale teaches us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Allagans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones and there consider the final step of this most needful task. Yeah, Kane, we'll likely be looking at doing the last one next week. So if you're free sometime around 7 p.m. next Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, that's a great time to join us for the last one. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Urianger, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. Oh, so there are others that are still alive. Ones that, maybe the 3 that escaped initially, because they can re-summon her. If they have the right aether and crystals. Warning, deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Oh, so he's like killing the stasis chamber members, which I think is actually what he's the goal. He wasn't even talking about the ones that escaped, like the 3 that ran out. We may have dealt with those already. Do you know the code? Shut down all power to the detention level. He did know the code. Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. So how does he know the identification code? And he coldly just killed them all off. Now I'm thinking that he's an Allag, considering that he hides his face. Oh, we saw that. Okay, I like that, because there's sometimes where people do stuff that we're not around for, and yet we get, as players, privy information. But in this case, we were actually standing in the background, so we definitely, as a character, saw that. But now I'm thinking that he's an Allag, because he wears the mask to hide his red eyes, and he, knows a lot about the Allag systems and all this sort of stuff. He's very privy to a lot of this. I think he's an Allag. For a second, I was thinking of our previous Allag friend, but he should still be asleep inside of the Crystal Tower, and we would have to open the Crystal Tower to wake him up, because it's not supposed to, it's supposed to be a sleeping stasis until it's reopened, and we would need the right technology to be able to open it. So, I don't know that it's the same one. I think this might be a different Allag person. Remember what was going on with the dragons and the quails, but against the tempered people? Yes, yes, exactly. Which they looked really cool with their like deep blue skin and the light yellow hair. I don't know that that's because of the stasis or if that's just the way that they looked, but if it is the way they look, that's pretty awesome. Let's wrap this one up. Is aught amiss, Warrior of Light? Arkanya Stola mentioned that there was a matter she wished to discuss. Think Catboy is still taking a cat nap. Yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking of. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. It's been a little too long. I need a refresher on that. But he was one of my thoughts there as well. Because again, all hidden up, but most people that have cat ears also have a hood with the ears, so this is probably different. Well met, Jake. You'll forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all of her remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing? Yes, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Allagans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the fiend and the goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. So this is the prototypes to Bahamut's moon. You speak of Dalmund. Aye, the icon cages are unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility containing the seeds of 3 calamities, which might feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls, a distasteful task unbefitting of one such as the Warrior of Light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls. Interesting. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the fact. Nevertheless, talk to us. Your notion of what may or may not be expected of Jake is presumptuous in the extreme. I don't know that I would have wanted to pull the plug on them. It's one of those, like, lesser evil things. To leave them is pretty evil. To pull the plug is also pretty evil, but is it for the greater good? Here we go with the trolley problem. I don't know. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, he did so in the knowledge that he would be required to face and destroy not only primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. This is also an interesting callback to literally the very first primal that we dealt with Ifrit, and how the soldiers, Thancred, basically had to apologize to us. He didn't have to apologize, but he apologized to us as he left to basically go kill off all of the soldiers that got corrupted. And I remember the shock at the time of, I was just like, wait, they all have to be killed? They can't be cured? What? And yeah, distasteful task is definitely still a good phrasing for it, but we are aware of the consequences of it. The hope was that in a stasis chamber, they would have been held in such a way that they wouldn't have to be... I mean, I guess it's still a stasis chamber. It's kind of a pretty torturous existence to neither die nor live. But it would seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we will not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legantus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regula van Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose through the favor of the established order, and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. The enemy of my enemy is my ally? A little bit, maybe? That they would be so reckless. You truly believe that the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Alleg from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. This whole section is just rife with tons of new, lore and information, even about the Empire, that there are those who want to see the Legantus fall, but that are still also loyal to the Empire as well. I don't know, there's a lot. The fact that this stuff isn't required playthrough experience for continuing the story is pretty incredible. But
absolutely.
You learn a lot.
There are so many elements, so many side content pieces in the story that are unbelievably relevant to other aspects of the story, expansions later, that are just oh yeah, that's not required content. You don't have to do that. It's no, but you do.
Well, but the thing is that I have a coworker who today I was talking with him. He started playing Final Fantasy again. He played it
like a year ago, very little bit, and was like, yeah, I don't think I have time for this. I'm just gonna stop playing it. And then when I was sharing with him about it, he was like, oh, I think I'll get back into it. And he was talking about how he was kind of churning and burning through the ARR story. And now I'm kind of wanting to go back and be like, by the way, it enhances the experience to do some of the side content as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because solely focusing on nothing but the story, the main story quests, I think you do lose out. And this is why stuff like this is really prevalent and valuable to me to stream and to learn about, is because there's just way more deeper lore that goes into this. And yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Like, could you imagine doing all of this not knowing the context of Coils of Bahamut? Right?
Right. The whole thing with Bahamut and the moon and Dalmond and all that sort of stuff. They clearly make reference to it. Just, you know, you could have in passing figured out what they were talking about. But man, is it different versus us actually going and dealing with him and experiencing that at a way more intimate level, especially with the dragons and seeing them in the containment centers and seeing them burst out and having to fight them and all that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know, that's just way different. Way, way, way different. But I'm very, very glad to be guided by Holo and friends to make sure that I do all the content correctly, the proper way. I have 1,681 hours, and I don't make all. I make a small part. So 1,681 hours of the game, and you still are only doing a small part of the whole story. It's crazy how many hours you can put into it. It's awesome. Yeah, a mercy kill is definitely what I kind of was figuring out, but I gotta back up here a little bit. There's some good chat going on here, so. Tempering appears to correct someone's appearance. Oh! I don't know that I've known that tempering can change someone's appearance.
That's technically a bit of a spoiler, but it's implied as early as Sastasha, which was level 50 hard dungeon.
Got it.
You remember Madison, the captain that you fight in the very first, like, level 15 version of the dungeon? He gets slapped, he gets stabbed by the, I forget the name of him, but the boss at the end of the dungeon.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the recaps from your channel to check that out again. But
yeah, it would have been one of the earliest. It's like literally the very first dungeon you come across. One of the characters, I think it's the mid dungeon boss that you fight. He runs away from you, and he has like a little parrot that's chasing after him. He ends up like seeming like he dies in that at the end at the third boss before you get to the end.
Pirate guy, the pirate king guy. Yes,
well,
yes.
He is that mutated like
tentacle Davy Jones looking guy
at the end of the hard version of the dungeon.
Right. No, I definitely remember him being kind of fish looking. And I also now think, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I recognized him that he was the captain, but I didn't put two and two together that he looked so differently between the two. But that's yeah. I was unaware
it's a very
of that.
like Davy Jones type thing, you know, like the further you're involved with this mystical power, the more it mutates you and changes you over time.
Corrupts you.
Later on in the story, they'll explicitly say like, yes, that's how you know the corruption works. but
oh my gosh, Kane spoiled everything.
Implied, yeah.
It's all good. It's a minor thing, I'm sure, but they've been trapped in there for eons. Mercy kill. This game's optional content has so much relevance. I know, and it's optional. It makes no sense. The Squiddy Pirates. I love it. Well, thank you all for coming out. It has been tons of fun. I'm sorry that we didn't get to complete all of the Warring Triad. I definitely had plans to complete it, but my voice, if you can't hear, is already being a little bit shot. Just because, again, I'm on the good side of recovering from a cold, but I'm not quite there fully yet. And we had to do some of the MSQ to finish off 3.1. But we have completed 3.1 now. I forgot that we had a little bit of that left to do. I'm so glad that Sir Emmerich is alive and well. And the save of the little girl Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I can say with 100% certainty there was a fraction of a moment that I thought they might actually kill a child in the game. And that only happens because of how many other characters that they've killed so far, that it led me to go, would they stoop this low to do something this tragic? But they didn't, and I'm very glad that they didn't. Doesn't mean that they can't possibly do stuff like that in the future, but for now, I'm glad that they didn't, and I'm glad that she was rescued. I'm glad that Vidifnir showed up and hung out, even if it was only for like 20 seconds and then disappeared. Ishgard still has a long way to go to heal, but I like that they're setting up more of a less dragons versus Ishgardians and more Ishgardians versus Ishgardians. Like, the expectation is a civil war to occur, which we don't like. We don't want to see them killing each other. But it's a good adaptation and change of the story. And it's not just more dragons versus humans. I still feel like the Estinian Nidhogg is going to cause a lot of trouble by the end of the 3.2 or 3.3 or whatever it is story, but I could be wrong. They could be disappearing until much later in a whole different expansion or something. We'll find out when we get there. No spoilers. Smiles in the chat. All right. Love you all. See you hopefully next Thursday. If you haven't joined the Discord, definitely consider doing so. It should be in the description of this video, as well as Holo can post it, because it's there that you'll see us both for raid nights when Holo's doing those, hosting events, or I'll just be online running around leveling something. I'm trying very hard to get Scholar up to 60 so that I can do some stuff as a healer as well and kind of change up some of the roles that I'm playing a bit. But tonight was perfect for Paladin. It was fantastic and I loved it a lot. So, oh, terrified. So terrified. Thank you, Jesus, for coming and hanging out. Honored. Or Jesus, however you say your name. Very natural evolution. People wouldn't adhere to. Oh my gosh! If you were like joining a game and the game immediately killed the child, Last of Us, it would be an entirely different outlook on the whole game from that point forward. So, have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one and on the Discord. Bye! And post some good memes. We need some memes on the Discord. I'll try to find some myself, but I don't want spoilers. I can't look up memes without worrying about spoilers. So
I've actually been stockpiling memes.
Oh.
So that if at some point we want to do a try not to laugh meme reaction,
that would be really good. I would greatly look forward to that. Let me get my voice recovered. If you have memes just from ARR, that sounds like a perfect thing to do. But we could do ARR and Heaven's Word combined together. I don't know. I love that.
Yeah, I'll sort them out.
We'll do like a you laugh, you lose type video. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.